as we get set for the third quarter here at the ACC. Great crowd on hand here. And it's Dwayne Casey, the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, on what he expected out of his players in the offseason.
In a takeaway, giveaway category, 6 turnovers. That's got to get.
Coming up, the Knicks on Friday, and then they're right back against this Minnesota Timberwolves team on Saturday. And then
3 has been a factor for Minnesota tonight. They're 7-17. The Raptors are 6 of 19. It is 101-88. Minnesota with a 13-point advantage and 2:55 to go.
DeRozan very efficient this evening. 6 of 7.
101-88. As we get set for action here with 2:55 to go. By the way, I want you to see the Sports Illustrated cover.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Come in a little bit closer and you see the freshman. Folks, that is Andrew Wiggins. There it is right there. From Wilt to Manning to Wiggins.
Oh, my goodness.
The Thornhill native, Toronto native. No pressure, Andrew.
Oh, my goodness.
On the cover of Sports Illustrated. A great thing, though, for basketball in Canada, the growth of basketball in Canada. Will play for Bill Self at KU. And you're saying, oh my goodness, why?
Well,
Expectations?
Expectations and obviously the Sports Illustrated cover, jinx and all that, but this will be a big story. And I think this is a young man, though. He can handle the pressure and play with poise. He's going to be a marked man this year everywhere in this conference. I would fully expect this time next year he'll be playing in the NBA. And a lot of Raptor fans are hoping right here in TO, and he's expressed the desire to
play here.
Yeah, so it'll be a wonderful thing. But a lot of basketball to be played between now and then.
The real deal. A torch is passed at Kansas. By the way, do you like how I get my Sports Illustrated now on my iPad?
Yeah, I still get the traditional.
It's become very
My
handy.
mailman drops it in my mailbox.
You don't need that anymore, Jack.
No, I enjoy it.
You just put it right there on your iPad. Entry pass, knocked away. In the corner, and the 3 is not good. Carlos Morais, a 3-pointer.
I was talking to one of the named Fred Quarterbaum. He's an assistant at Kansas, and I coached Fred at Fordham. And he was saying that Andrew Wiggins just has a tremendous work ethic and great attitude. So they're really excited about, obviously, Wiggins being at Kansas. And it's been a delight to be around for their staff.
Well, I would imagine that over the course of the season, you would think that some of the networks up here would pick up some Kansas games.
There's no doubt that they will, yeah. And I think it's great for the attention for basketball. Obviously, Anthony Bennett, the #1 pick, and the Cleveland Cavs, a Toronto area guy. And it's funny talking to my coaching friends, college coaches. Everybody knows that there's players in the GTA,
for sure.
And not only in the GTA, all across Canada now. And just the maturation of the sport, and it's only going to get better and better and better. Because now you have all these young kids, 8, 9, 10 years old, not only watching NBA games, but kids are going to say, hey, you know what? There's an alternative to hockey. This kid Wiggins is a Canadian. Anthony Bennett, I'm going to try that sport. Kelly Olynyk, another first-round pick with the Celtics. And it's nice to see.
I was speaking to Anthony Bennett, fine young man, #1 overall pick, and the impact, and even Tristan Thompson, when I was speaking, the impact that the Toronto Raptors have had. We've talked to Leo Ralph so many times about how when he was younger coming up, he'd look to Buffalo and see what the Buffalo Braves are doing now. As you said, Vince Carter, and the presence of him in this marketplace and what it has done for basketball is certainly significant. I know it didn't end well with Vince. However, him being here was so beneficial for the growth of this game.
Transformative. I mean, this guy was a remarkable player in his early days in Toronto and put basketball here on the map.
It is a 101-89 At advantage for Minnesota, and Austin Day whistle with a foul with 25 seconds remaining. What did you see here this evening? I know that Dwayne Casey did not play his starters heavy minutes. It is the preseason. You look at the bench play. What stands out to you?
Well, I think number one, the defense has got to tighten up, and they'll spend time on that. You know, DeMar DeRozan really impressed me tonight. That was one thing. And, you know, I thought early in the game they did a good job getting Novak going. It was his first time in a Raptor uniform. You know, and I just think you need the consistency from a kid like Terrence Ross.
Yep.
Tonight, we didn't see the same thing we saw in Boston on Monday. That's kind of to be expected, but the Raptors, 12-point loss tonight at the Air Canada Center in Minnesota.
101-89. Minnesota wins the preseason game here this evening at the Air Canada Center. DeMar DeRozan leading the way with 17. Rudy Gay with 11. Kevin Love with 20. Minnesota wins it 101-89.